everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if it is your first visit, and thank you so much for stopping by. Today I have for you the final part of the process of making this layout. I'm still working on Mother's Day's last year, the pictures of last year's Mother's Day. So, not to make this video really long, I decided to start part of the process. I chose the layers that I wanted to use and how I wanted to use them, and I talked to you about that in my video a couple of weeks ago, so I'm not going to talk about that today again, except for reminding you that what I do is, once I'm pleased with how all the layers look, I make marks where, because I have to move everything, of course, to glue everything to the background paper, I make marks where the pictures and other elements are going to be placed, so it's easy for me to finish the layout. I've used this paper. This is the back side or the front, depending of your choice. This is one side and this is the other side of this paper. I love this paper, honestly, and it's kind of, I feel guilty when I use it, but that's why I bought it. And I used this background paper that I really like, and I added this big piece here, so it will give me a nice background for the pictures and allows me to place another couple of layers in this orientation, portrait orientation. I decided to add this kind of dark gray layer because all the white was too much, too bright, so that's why I added this piece of paper. And I decided also to add a yellow strip here because I'm using another yellow strips later. And again, this was all red, even though there are pictures that I'm going to place here. It was too red. I felt that I needed to add a little bit of other color, and I decided it was going to be yellow to match these stripes. I never know. Oh my god, it's so hard for me to, I know the difference, but to remember when it's a strip and when it's a stripe. Stripe are the ones in the flag, I know. Those are strips of paper, I think. Okay, you forgive me, I know. I'm trying to improve my English. Okay, let's try to finish this layout. I made the mark here because that's where I'm going to place this journaling card. So let's do that right now. As I said, I'm not using the tape runners anymore because I was going through old albums that I made, and I found out that it dries and then the pictures and all the elements were at the bottom of the page protectors, and I really didn't like that, so I decided to go with the school glue. I'm using Elmer's, so that's what I'm doing right now. As you can see, I already distressed the borders of this paper, this one, and this one. That's why I have some black still in my fingers. For the black, I use eyeshadows. This is the color I used. And then I use, well, I use these daubers that I always talk to you about to apply the shadows. And I keep them, these are the Dollar Tree cosmetic organizer. I think it's for lipsticks, or maybe, I don't know, maybe nail polish, I don't know, but it's great for the daubers. And this one is still in place. The ink pad is still in place, so it's the one that I use for this border. So no problem with this one, but I'm sure that very soon it's going to look like this, because that's what happens all the time, and that's why I had to use the dauber. And as I showed you last time, I press and then I apply the ink on the borders. Okay, so now that I have this in place, I'm going to add the main picture, which is this one, and I made a mark here. Anyways, I'm thinking I'm going to place the pictures and see. I intended to place this here, but it's too close to this one. I'm going to move it a little bit there. So I have to place this one, and then yes, I'm going to use them here and here. Yes. So a little bit of glue. And here we go. Don't move, stay there. I think maybe I will have to erase this later, because I think enough placing this here. Or maybe this is funny because I have never tried Kentucky Fried Chicken, so at some point I thought, my God, I'm getting older, I've never tried that food that everybody says is awesome. So I told my kids last year, for Mother's Day, I want Kentucky Fried Chicken. We were supposed to go to the restaurant, but the line was like 2 blocks long. So they decided to bring the food home, and we had lunch at home. And I loved it. I really loved it. So that's why I'm eating from the bucket and smiling, because it was my first time. I think I like that here. I'm going to erase this mark later. So first I have to glue this one. Like so. And the last one. Here. Okay. Then I will add, I think, the date here. I'm not going to write anything in this journaling card, because here is where I'm going to place these pieces of paper. It was more time pressing, but I don't want to make this video really long, so if I had to add more glue later, I'll do that. So I'm going to add this here. Okay, doing this live is not easy. And now I'm going to add this one on top. not on top, above of the other one. There you go. And I'll do the same here. So as you can see, it's really easy. And one of the things I like the most is that I'm using all the little bits and pieces that I keep in my stash. And sometimes I think I will never use them. Why I'm keeping those little pieces, 1 inch by 1 inch pieces of paper sometimes? No, there is a moment when they come in handy. So I'm glad that I keep them. For example, this piece of paper that I use as a background for as a mounting paper for this tag is from the same paper that this piece came, and it allowed me to use a piece that I had left over from another layout. So I'm going to add this tag here. It reads for you, and okay, I want to add this first here. Let me see. Yes, I'm going to add this here first. Again, I will add more glue if needed later. And give it time to dry. But I want to show you the final layout right now. So I think I'm going to add this. Yes. Here. Okay, this is almost finished. Now I'm thinking of adding some embellishment. Oh, a crown. You know, I told you the other day that especially for birthdays, but also for Mother's Day, I feel that we are queens for a day or princesses for a day. So I'm going to add a crown to my head. I love adding crowns to the pictures. There. Yes, perfect. Okay. And what else I'm going to add, if anything? I may be leaving this as it is. I think I'm going to leave it in this way. I'm not going to add anything else. Yes, and I'm going to add the date here later. I feel that there's something missing here, maybe a heart. But I don't want a heart with something written on it if possible, and the ones I have here have something written on it. Oh, here, this one may work. Let me see. I think this is a perfect one. Yes. Okay. You know, I told you I have a huge problem with negative spaces, and even if this is this small, for me is a huge negative space that I need to fill with something. You don't have any idea how I am struggling with this space, but I know I don't have to add anything else here. So I think it's great as it is. So this is a final layout. I hope you liked it. If so, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't done it already, and ring the bell so you will be notified whenever I upload a new video. Thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you in my next video, and as usual, have a wonderful day. Bye bye.